This is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Turn on Do Not Disturb while driving.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every day, once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it, don't wait for it, just let it happen. It could be a new shirt at the men's store, a catnap in your office chair, or 2 cups of good, hot, black coffee. Like this. A present. Like Christmas. Oh, man, that is the spot.
What's up, guys? It is time for Saturday Night Pokemon here at CDC Games. We're gonna get started here in about 10 or 15 minutes. Just waiting on the last bit of players to show up. But we'll get that going for you guys here soon, and hopefully have some cool matchups for you guys tonight. But just sit tight, and we'll have everything going for you as soon as we can. Thank you.
wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just wiggle your hip and just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. I do, but I won't not forget. Just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just wiggle your hip and just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. I do, but I won't not forget. Just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just wiggle your hip and just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just. Real bitter and never good. Real bitter and never good. Real bitter and never good. Real bitter. Real bitter and never good. Real bitter and real bitter and never good. Real bitter. Just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just wiggle your hip and just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just wiggle your hip and just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. I do, but I won't not forget. Just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just wiggle your hip and just wiggle your hip and shake your chest. Just. Real bitter and never good. Real bitter and never good. Real bitter and never
morning, everyone. You're listening to Chill Hot Radio, giving you what you need for the bright day ahead. And right now, get ready for the last track of Landis' new EP, Mocha. How beautiful is that day gonna be?
Relax. Enjoy your coffee. Mocha. Good morning, everyone. Take a chill pill. Relax. Enjoy your coffee. Mocha. Good morning, everyone. Take a chill pill. Okay.
Hello. We are just about getting ready to start for round one. We've got Sarah Marlowe bringing her Blacephalon. She playing Blounds tonight. And then we've got Joseph playing Pika Rom. So stay tuned. It's going to be a pretty sweet matchup, and we'll have that for you here shortly. Hang out. Check. Here we go, guys. All right. Sorry, we had a couple of technical difficulties there. So we are firing off game one. We've got Blounds versus Pika Rom. Let me throw those cards up on the screen for you. We've got Sarah starting off with the Blacephalon GX. We got the Zapdos coming out first, swinging on Joseph's side. Let's find that Zapdos. We'll get those thrown up for you guys. All right. Here we go. We see an EV come down and hit the Energy Evolution. Go straight to Jolteon GX for Joseph. Decent turn one. Helps get a pretty big swinger out there pretty early. Just able to take those attacks and get some damage spread around pretty quick. Lots of attacking options in this Pikarom deck. Ironically enough, we don't have a Pikarom on the field right now, but we are coming out the gate with Zapdos just to right off the bat. Probably going to need to look for something to switch out of this Zapdos situation with. He's already passed, and we've got Sarah with the Fiery Flint searching out some fire energy, just trying to get some gas going here early. As a tech, she runs one of the Baby Blounds, Baby Blacephalon that came out in Unbroken Bonds, just as an extra non-GX attack option. But this is, for the most part, a straightforward Blacephalon GX deck, featuring Naganadel to help get those energy accelerated to the field to take those big knockouts later on in the game. So we see the Heat Factory come down. She's going to discard a fire energy, draw 3 cards. Has a pretty intense hand going there for herself pretty early on. Got a Mysterious Treasure, another fire energy. Searching out the Poipole there. Trying to get that Naganadel out early as possible, just so we can get those energy on the field. Doing a quick deck search. Seeing what we're working with. Thinking she's going to go back in. Hasn't shuffled the deck yet. And does she have another Mysterious Treasure? Yes, we see another Mysterious Treasure come down with another fire energy being discarded. Just checking to see which energy she's got in the discard. Imagine searching out another Poipole. Ooh, I do see a Let Loose Marshadow. There's an option. We see the Lele coming down. Lele for Cynthia. And she's just going to go ahead and play it. Yeah, that Tapu Lele GX helping out with the supporter early on in the game. Searchable with the Mysterious Treasure. Lele getting her last few tournaments in over the next 3 months as it finally rotates this coming August. But always appreciated the help that it gets getting the easy supporter out turn 1. Fresh 6 for Sarah, seeing what she's working with. See another Blacephalon in her hand. Another Poipole hitting the bench. We see a Salandit come down to evolve into Salazzle. Basically has the same ability as that Heat Factory Prism Star. Discard a fire energy. Draw 3 cards. Just helps getting that fire energy to the discard where we want it. And then just drawing cards. It's always a good thing. Passes back to Joseph. Joseph hitting a nest ball. Gonna search down another Pokemon. Basic Pokemon goes straight to the bench. And we've got the Zeraora coming into play. So that Zeraora GX has the ability, all Pokemon with lightning energy attached, have 0 retreat. So always a good player in these Pikarom decks, allowing them to pivot freely. We see the Guzma come down. He's going to come and get the Poipole. We see the Jolteon come up. Already has the energy attached. And we retreat back into the Zapdos. A multi-switch coming down. So we see the Zapdos already has the energy attached. Has the getting a read on multi-switch real quick. Became the active. So he gets the extra perk from the Zapdos damage, and so is able to take a knockout on one of those Poipoles early. Going to slow down Sarah a little bit as she tries to get those fire energy back into play. We see another Blacephalon GX come down. And a prize taken early on for Joseph. If you guys would excuse me, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my allergies today, so I may have to hop off every now and then to get a drink of water or a cough drop or something like that, but I'll try to follow along as well as I can. So we did have the Beast Energy attachment to Blacephalon and the Ultra Space come down. Searches out the Naganadel. Is going to have some energy acceleration options. Goes ahead and charges up a fire energy to the bench Naganadel. And we've got a Burst GX. Okay. And with that, you discard a prize card, and if it's a fire energy, you get to attach it to Blacephalon. Just going to go make sure she knows to discard the Poipole real quick. And I'll be right back with you. And we got that solved. We were confused with the baby Blacephalon that just reveals the prize card, but we see a Lily coming down from Joseph. Going to draw a few extra cards. Sarah going down to 5 prizes herself, just because you're discarding that prize card, so it's technically a prize card taken. We see Joseph retreating back into that Jolteon GX, just to get Zapdos reset on the bench there. He has played a Pikarom to his bench. We attach to Jolteon. Joseph really weighing out his options here. See the Let Loose Marshadow in his hand might help him reset the hand a little bit, slow down Sarah, but always want to be careful leaving those bench riders out there, as they're definite Guzma bait later on in the game. And we've got an energy switch. Going on to Jolteon. And then we let loose. So each player is shuffling their hand back into their deck and drawing 4 cards. A little bit of hand refreshment for Joseph, and he's hoping a little bit of hand disruption for Sarah, as 4 cards is always a hard thing to try to make do with. But we see the shuffling going on. About to each player draw 4. Sarah making sure to randomize the deck pretty good. And 4 cards coming down. See some energy for both players. And we see a swing for 110 coming from Joseph. Try to get that Jolteon on the screen for you really quick. And using that head bolt attack just for a quick 110, always a good thing. I believe she's using Ultra Space here. Probably trying to search for a Poipole here, realizing most of them are in the discard, so she's going for the Blacephalon GX. We did get a fire attachment to Blacephalon, so we are going to be able to Mind Blown to take out this Jolteon, but that would be removing all fire energy from play, so it's a risky move here, but got to start taking some prizes, as Pikarom tends to amp up pretty quick. So discarding all energy takes out the Jolteon, and they go to the Lost Zone. 2 more prizes for Miss Sarah, going down to 3. And Joseph pivoting that Zapdos back into position. Gonna get the extra energy, or the extra damage, excuse me. Oh, I have switched to the wrong card there. I'm paying attention. Real good. Let me switch that card back for you guys. Left card, you get to hear all my keys and keyboard clicks. All right, we got it going. So we did get a knockout on the opposing Blacephalon. Pretty close game here, as each player has been able to stay pretty even on the prize count here. Just a moment, I've got a judge call. All right, we've got that taken care of. Back in action. We did see a Beast Ring come down for Sarah, accelerating some fire energy into play. Going to be able to take another knockout here with Joseph having few options left to attack. We did see she got a poi pole off the prizes. So gonna get another Naganadel out here fairly presently. And we've got the Ultra Space searching out the Naganadel. And we've got a Mind Blown coming up, discarding or lost zoning the energy off of the Naganadel, and then 2 from the Blacephalon. Brown Kid 6000, Roland, skirt right back at you, my guy. Glad you're here and glad you're hanging out. Wish you were here playing Pokemon, but we can't win them all. So glad you're here in the stream. We certainly take those. So Sarah going down to 2 prizes. Had a pretty slow setup, but hadn't been suffering that bad from it, as she's been able to stream these knockouts pretty easily. Joseph promotes the Zeraora. Has that free retreater. Might be able to get some energy back on the board for him here for sure, as he needs to get something going. And with the GXs left on the board, is in a pretty dire spot. Believe he played the Ultra Ball down, so he's now searching. Gonna try to find himself an answer. Taking a look at his hand. We see the Tapu Lele come down, Wonder Tag. Gonna go search himself out a supporter. Goes for the Erica's Hospitality. Good deal. Maximizes his ability to draw cards there. Sarah having the full bench, and Joseph already having a fairly small hand size himself. And we see him play the Erica's. Gonna draw 6 off of that bad boy right there. Hopefully draws into some gas. Gonna help him get started here. We see energy, electro power. Nothing too crazy. Not having the Tapu Koko Prism Star has been pretty hurtful here. Just not able to get the extra energy onto the board that he needs. Pretty tough game 1 here for Joseph. Sarah able to recover from her slow start. And we're just going to go to game 2. Joseph not able to have the answer there. Sarah just hitting too much gas. Dedenne GX and Tapu Koko Prisma Star prized for Joseph. That's a pretty rough thing there. 2 great tempo cards for this deck. Both 1-ofs getting prized for Joseph there. Rough goings, but happens to the best of us. Going to game 2. Sarah coming through with the game 1. Get the old reset here. We'll, didn't mean to do that. We're going to put that thing back where it came from. Trying to find my little icons here, but having a hard time going this evening. Okay, so we've got our girl Sarah with game 1, and we're getting set up for game 2 right now. All right. Ready to go here for game 2. Joseph having to scoop after Sarah just hit the gas late in the game. Ooh, we've got a Dedenne GX and Reshiram Charizard. Less than ideal, as these are both later game options for sure. But we've got a visitor. Hang on, guys. We'll be right back. All right, so had a couple things to take care of. Gonna jump in here for the end of this game. We do see Joseph in a position to win with a tag bolt on the Reshiram Charizard, and then a successful 170 to the Tapu Lele. Hopefully, just searching for the necessary pieces to get this set up. Volkner's going to go get him the Choice Band, the Lightning Energy. I think he's got it right here. Hopefully he knows he's got it right here. That'd be a hard thing to not hit, but going to just attach the other Pikarom, attach Choice Band. And then I think he just opts for the full blitz. Okay, not what I expected for sure, but either way, he's going down to 2 prizes. All right, so suspect judgment play there from old Joseph. So what I'm thinking is I either missed a point where he used his GX attack, or I just didn't realize he had it there with the Tapu Lele GX. But he does go down to 2 prizes. He's up 2 prizes to Sarah's 5. So possibly still putting himself in a position for a game 3. Long series here between Sarah and Joseph, but definitely towards the late game in Joseph's favor. We see a mysterious treasure coming down. Imagine trying to set up a poi pole there to get, poi pole comes down, trying to get more energy acceleration out. Since we rode Reshiram Charizard for the first part of the game. Let me get that up on screen. Rode Reshiram Charizard for the first part of the game. Now going back to some traditional Blounds for sure. And we're going to game 3. So Joseph able to get himself there. Doesn't screw himself out of a win there by missing his win con. Sarah ends up scooping. We're going to go to game 3. So let me get that all nice and set up on your screen right quick. We've got our little game 2 icon. Good production, solid production value here. So game 2 goes to Joseph Velez and Pika Rom, and we're going to get them set up for game 3. My apologies, they're having some hard time with my allergies, trying to keep my voice good for stream so you guys don't have to listen to a dying frog out here as your commentary. But slow start for both Jesse and Sarah. Sarah gets the Mershado start. Not great, but does have the mysterious treasure goes ahead for the poi pole. Go ahead and get our starting cards set up. We see the Malamar. We see the Eevee, which I imagine will become a Jolteon pretty soon. But competitive series here from Joseph and Sarah. Pikarom versus Blounds. Rough setup for Joseph. Game 1. Sarah was just able to recover in a matter of a turn and got things going with Blounds. But kind of the opposite situation where Sarah started the Reshiram Charizard and had a hard time accelerating the energy up to it in time to avoid all of the big full blitzes and tag bolts from Joseph. So game 3 here, all the marbles. We've got a Marshadow start. We see Nest Ball come down for Joseph. Does have the Jolteon in the deck. Goes for the Zapdos. Ooh, goes for the Zapdos. Weighing his option there, but Zapdos pretty decent option early on in the game like that. Checking one more time. Opts for the Pikarom instead. Gonna try to be as aggressive as we can this game, just because we know if we let Blacephalon set up, it tends to go ham pretty quick. Thunder Mountain comes out, and we see the Acrobite for the Nest Ball or the Zeraora. Taking a look at the hand, seeing what we can live with, can't live without. Looks like he opted for the Zeraora. And the Thunder Mountain gets booted from play fairly early. Doesn't gets replaced with an Ultra Space pretty quick. Joseph not enjoying getting flexed on, getting his Prism Stadium out of the game that fast. But we see the Ultra Space come down. Sarah uses it to hunt down a Blacephalon. Has Beast Energy in hand. Weighing options here. We see the Magneto come down. Whew. Excuse me. Long day. And we attach. And we switch over to Blacephalon. Mysterious Treasure, a Fire Energy. Tracking down another Poipole. Missing energy that first turn is going to end up hurting Joseph pretty bad this game just because of the speed that Blacephalon can have. Oh, Joseph catching his Thunder Mountain out of the discard into the Lost Zone. Sarah's going with the pass and just trying to gather up resources. We see the Electro Charger come down and a Let Loose from Joseph. Hopefully going to find an energy at some point. Just rough goings for Joseph here. Definitely wanted those energy turn 1, but and we see it. Energy Evolution and Jolteon chilling there at the bottom of the deck, ready to go in a second. Yeah, needs to do as much as he can as soon as possible. just so we're not leaving Sarah with as much time as she needs to get the Blacephalon going. So he's going to go ahead and Electro Bullet for 60 onto Mars Shadow because of that Electro Power. And then 30 onto the Blacephalon, getting some damage spread around. And we see the Naganado get tracked down with Ultra Space. Sarah just flooding the board with energy. In a manual retreat, Blacephalon goes to the active. And we see a pretty easy knockout coming down for Blacephalon there, sending 4 energy to the Lost Zone. 230 damage, that's enough to retire that Jolteon. And we've got Sarah taking first blood there. Sarah goes down to 4 prizes pretty quick in Game 3. And we just got a scoop from Joseph. So Sarah takes the series and starts off 1-0. Joseph just not able to get the gas going. But that's the end of round 1. We're going to go ahead and get set up for round 2, and we'll be back with you shortly. All right. Ooh, let me turn this down really quick. Getting ready. Getting ready for round 2. We're going to have John Sheffield and his Lost March list playing against Benny Salazar, resident meme god. He's going to have Butterfree Heracross, and it's just going to be some jank meme deck goodness for you today. So we're getting that set up right this second. So sit tight, and we'll be right back. All right. Ooh, let's get some good levels. We are off. John Sheffield versus Benny Salazar. Let's fix the cards on screen for you, and we'll make sure we get them right. We've got John Boy starting the hop it, and who knows what Benny's doing here. We've got the Caterpie. Obviously, these are meme decks. I'm not going to have all his pieces there. It's got a sweet little ability. Pupate. Once during your turn, you can flip a coin. If heads, you can search for Metapod and put it on there. We'll just save that for the sake of... we'll let them do their thing. Benson going ahead, attaching the counter energy. Flipping all his dudes. Obviously going ham with these Metapods. Trying to get them in play as quick as possible. Metapod has a similar ability. Emerge does the same thing. Flip a coin if heads. You can search for Butterfree. And then Butterfree's got to attack for 1 energy. You can accelerate 3 energy from the deck to your Pokemon. It's pretty good, and as usual, Benny finds a way to make it work for some reason. But and then he's got a Heracross from Lost Thunder. If you have any Stage 2 Pokemon on your bench, its attack, Powerful Friends, does 120 damage for 2 energy, so it's pretty decent. But 100% classified as a meme deck. So he does nail the turn 1 Butterfree. And Benny's out here cooking with gas. We do have a proxy for one of those Butterfree. He does on the card. It's just in a giant gray box of bulk, and so we're giving him the benefit of the doubt tonight. But nails 2 of those turn 1 Butterfree, and just has the option to pass on to John, and we'll see if he can similarly just hit the gas turn 1. Benny hitting on 2 of those Butterfree, still have Caterpie on the bench to try evolving again next turn. Already has the Heracross, cooking with gas, old Benson. Jonathan Sheffield, old John Boy, always coming through with that Lost March. Changes decks the least often, I think, out of all of us, so he definitely has the experience playing Lost March at this point, having played it ever since Lost Thunder dropped several months back. Goes ahead and Elms, goes for the Hop Hip, Skiploom. Of course, Skiploom, Fluoroplast to the sky. You get to search for Jumpluff and play it, and then put Hop Hip and Skiploom in the Lost Zone. Both decks kind of taking advantage of some creative ways to get around the evolution rules, going to those Stage 2s fairly quickly. But so 2 Hop Hips go to the bench, 1 Jumpluff goes to the hand for John, and we passed. So we're going to flip that Caterpie, and we get a Tails. So that Caterpie is going to stay Caterpie this turn, unless it gets evolved the old-fashioned way. We see a Cynthia come down. Benny shuffling the deck, going to draw a fresh hand of 6 cards. Didn't have much gas going there. So going to try to hit on an energy here, see if we can't triple charge onto our Heracross there. This deck, depending on that Powerful Friends attack from Heracross, having those Butterfree on the bench and taking the opportunity to get some of those knockouts. And we get the Grass Energy coming down. Weighing our options. Gonna check the discard, see what we've played. And a Verizian GX coming down from Benny. Gonna go ahead and gonna go ahead and search that out. Don't know if I have it saved on my card catalog yet, but we're gonna go ahead and do that. Old Benny, the reason why I download cards. Always coming up with fun meme deck ideas, playing around with the meta, but almost never have the cards that his deck consists of. So we've got a Floral Path coming down. We've got the Jump Luff for John. Benny, last turn. Triple charge, 2 energy go to the Heracross. 1 goes to the Verizian GX. And we got a Floral Path from John. And a Grass Energy. And the Cynthia. John giving his deck a shuffle. Sort of riffling it, but definitely doing his best to randomize the old Deckaroo. Catching the cards on the board. But we've got a random deck and 6 fresh cards coming for John. And one more, there we go. Another Grass Energy coming on down. We see a Great Ball. Gonna check the top 7 cards, find a Pokemon there. If we can hit a Skip Plume, be pretty good for John here, and we don't. We did have the Jump Luff, but not what we were going for there. We got the Oranguru coming down. And a pass. So John leaving the poor Hoppip stranded after turn 2. But we do have a Jump Luff on the bench ready to go in the event that it does not get... okay, so it's not going to get Guzma down. We have another Cynthia coming down from Benny. Fresh hand of 6 here. A Manual Retreat. And we've got a Powerful Friends coming up from Benny. And he hits the Pupate. And then whiffs on the Emerge. So it doesn't get the last Butterfree out. And we see a Powerful Friends knockout on Hoppip. Benny taking first blood, going down to 5 prizes. Hard matchup between these two 1-prize decks. It's going to be up to John to try to do what he can to snipe down the Tapu Lele and the Verizian just to try to speed the game up a little bit. We see another Elms come down, so going to get those other 2 Hoppips. See if we can't get Skip Plumes on some of those bad boys. We see one come down. It's going to go ahead and Floral Path it. Guys taking some steps to try to consolidate some of their deck moves, and we see a Natu come down. So opting not to JNL32. We actually had a tie round one. Sarah and Joseph were playing Blacephalon versus Pikarom, and they came up in a tie after time was called, and they went through turns. JNL32. Just thought I'd answer that real quick. I did mistakenly say that Sarah won that match, but it was a tie. So we've got 4 Lost Marchers in the Lost Zone now. John swinging on 80, has the Guzmas in hand, but alas, cannot make the best of them. Just going to go ahead and swing 80 on that Heracross. Bad News Bears goes ahead and just evolves from hand up to the Butterfree. Has 3 of those boys in play now. And we've got a Powerful Friends knockout on Jumpluff as well. I think I've been saying Jirachi. That's not right. It is Jumpluff. Jumpluff, the other Cotton God, joining Whimsicott. But, yep, John Boy not able to hit off the gas on this Lost March train, but definitely not out. Goes ahead and just opts to Lost March for the knockout. Takes a prize. Just trying to take the prizes where we can here. Hard matchup, but making the best of it. We've got the Virizion Nest Ball. Goes ahead and fails the Nest Ball. Let me go ahead, switch out. We'll let you take a look at the correct cards that are actually being played at the moment. I'm a good producer. I pay attention, and I just got to keep telling myself that. Let's go Verizon Wireless GX. Where are you at? There we go. There we go. This is indicative of what is currently being played. So we've got another attachment coming down to Virizion. How's that sensitive blade attack? And he plays the supporter. So we are getting a KO on the Jumpluff this turn. Benny going down to 3 prizes. And we've gotten a 2 with the DCE. And we opt to play the Elms. So gonna try to Floral Path one more little guy here. See if we've got the Skiploom. We got it. We're gonna Floral Path. Get the Jumpluff out there. And maybe he goes for another Natu right here. He does. So opting for the backup. Just gonna have the Natu for later on in the game. So I believe he's got 6 Marchers in the discard. Swinging for 120. And that's what he's going to do. He's just going to go ahead and swing for the 120 and play for the future. Definitely trading 1 prizers for 2 prizers. Thinks he can afford to take damage where he can. We've got an attachment coming down to the Heracross. Choice Band. I imagine we see a Breeze Away coming up from Benny. just to get the Verizian out, or he might take the knockout on this Natu. And that's just what he does. He takes the Sensitive Blade knockout on the Natu and plays for the prize trade, knowing he can only knock out one prizers. We've got an Ultra Ball coming down. A pair of Guzmas hit the discard pile. John searching for a card here. Maybe going for Lele just to try to refresh his hand. See him pulling up the Cynthia. Gonna shuffle the hand into the deck. Yeah, needing an energy here to respond. Hoping to get a grass or double colorless, or try to hit some Trumbeaks or something like that to try to get his lost zone count up. Hasn't played any. So he's got the DCE and can retreat out into Natu if he needs to. Trumbeak. It's a Shrine. Stays on top of the deck. Retreats into the Natu. Goes ahead. Plays the DCE. And we got the knockout on the Verizian. So, closer than it seems. But John Boy now sitting at 3 cards, 3 prizes. Benny Guzma's up the Lele. And we've got a Powerful Friends for 150. And then Shrine is going to leave this Tapu Lele at 10 health remaining. So we've got an effective 160 coming down from that Heracross. So now all we've got to do is John can't win the game on this turn, and so all we've got is the pass, and Benson takes game 1. But we know John Boy's going to play it out. We've got the Great Ball coming down. See if we can find a Field Blower or something. Can't remember if John plays him or not, but a Field Blower in this situation would come in handy. Opts for the Jump Pluff. Gets the Jump Pluff off the Great Ball. Has an extremely vulnerable Tapu Lele GX sitting in his active. Which reminds me, time to switch out some cards just in time to go to game 2. And an Elm's coming down. Getting a Skiploom to the hand. Gonna Lost Blender 2 of those. Trumbeak. Hits another Shrine. And he switches into the Natu. Gonna knock out the Heracross, and then Shrine damage knocks out the Tapu Lele. So, Benny takes game 1. In fairly decisive fashion. We know John was able to keep up a little while, but Lost March running pretty slow for him this evening, and Benny just able to nail those Butterfree early on in the game. So Buttercross already taken a game here at CDC's Saturday night tournament. Just good fun for all involved. Gonna move some stuff around on the screen, see if we can't make it look a little better there. But fun matchup for sure. One prize decks going at it. Always a fun thing. But Resident Meme God always has something crazy cooked up. Microwave 21, Benny, and Pikachu emote. What's going on, Wade? Wish you were here tonight. Glad you're checking it out. But yeah, Benny out here cooking up memes for everybody. Always a treat and a burden. Glad you can still watch. So are we, Wade. We're glad, even if you're not able to be here physically, you're able to check into the stream and be here in spirit. But yeah, as I was saying, it's always a burden and a treat to see what Benny can cook up. Sometimes it falls pretty flat, and sometimes it's frustratingly good. Never know what you're going to get. But we see the Oranguru start from John. That instructability, letting him draw extra cards on his turn. Pretty good ability there, but does have the added bench risk in a format with Guzma and such easy ways to take one-hit knockouts. Bench sitters are always a scary thing, but we see a hop hip come down, so. And we've got an Ultra Ball. John going to Ultra Ball, the Guzma, and the Lele. Probably going to go for another hop hip there. He goes for a Trumbeak. So, going to go ahead and get started, trying to accelerate some guys to the Lost Zone. Had a hard time last game just getting things to the Lost Zone, so taking them where we can. Trumbeak going straight to the Lost Zone. Doesn't hit a supporter, hits a Grass Energy. Plays the Elms Lecture. Imagine he goes for Hop Hip, Skip Loom, to try to set himself up for next turn. Conducts a quick deck search. Seeing what he's working with. And we do see Hop Hip. Oh, Hop Hip. Then I imagine we'll see a Skip Loom. Oh, and in a 2. So we must have the Elms in hand for next turn. Instruct for 1. Great Ball. Gonna check the top 7 cards, try to hit a Pokemon off of that. See, he's got the Trumbeak. Gonna go ahead and play it, just trying to get guys to the Lost Zone. Had a hard time doing that game 1, so taking it where he can get it here for sure. And we see a pass. So, John just starting out with the Heracross. Attaches Grass Energy. We see a Nest Ball coming down. Imagine he goes for the Weedle. Going to try to amp up that turn 1 Butterfree. Nest Ball going for another Caterpie. Gonna max out his odds. Try to hit that Butterfree here. Charge up that powerful Friends attack early. Just a couple of properly timed heads, and our boy Benny is off to the races. And a judge whistle. Going to draw a card off of that. Another Heracross hitting the bench. Black and white proxy. It is in the box. Benefit of the doubt. He whiffs on one Caterpie. Whiffs on another Caterpie. So no turn one Butterfree. And we see a tackle for 20. Luckily, Heracross does have that attack for 1 energy, so we're still getting an attack off, but no fun with the turn 1 Butterfree this turn. So I'm gonna poke into that Oranguru a little bit and pass on to John. John, with the Professor Elm's lecture in hand, is gonna search out the Skiplooms and try to flood the board with Jumpluff. Turn 2, so we've got 3 floral paths to the sky coming up, and John hitting the gas a little earlier this game for sure. Much more going for him than what he previously had in game 1. So I believe he's got 8 marchers in the discard pile now, swinging for 160. Instructing for 1, and I believe we see a pass coming up for John. Didn't hit any switches or energies, so we're gonna leave the Oranguru out, flipping for the Caterpie, flipping for the other Caterpie, and its tails. So hard times here for old Benny. Whiffing on his Caterpies, managed to get 2 out turn 1 during game 1, and we are Caterpie-less turn 2, or we're Butterfree-less turn 2, so we're going to tackle again, just soften up this Oranguru, but what we do have is a super boost energy coming down on the Jumpluff, so that guy's going to be ready to go once it's time to get after it. Then a Cynthia coming down. John just going to go ahead and refresh his hand. Taking his time, willing to sacrifice the Oranguru. But trying to get as much as he can out of these first few turns, just so he can stream some knockouts later on in the game where he needs them. And a pass. We're going to flip for Caterpie, and we hit it. And we've got a Metapod coming down. We're going to flip for the other Caterpie. He does whiff on that, but we're going to flip for the Metapod. And we hit it. Butterfree coming out, finally. Turn 3, where it's much less exciting, as we should have seen a Butterfree by now evolving regularly. But fun stuff. We do have the Butterfree coming down. Powerful Friends is going to do 120 damage this turn. Deck finally getting going. He's got energy in hand to attach. Believe he's weighing his options. May not want to just go all in with the double attachment on Heracross. May just be content to bide his own time and keep poking into this Oranguru. Isn't sure what he's going to do. And we've got an attachment to Heracross. Powerful Friend's gonna do 120 to this Oranguru. Goes ahead, takes the knockout. First prize goes to Benson. Apologies for all of the sniffling and likewise sounds coming from your boy here in the studio. Having some allergy issues, not a lot of fun, but still doing what I can to provide you with up to the minute coverage here, but John promotes the jump bluff, goes ahead, plays the elms, goes for the hop hip and the skip loom. I believe I see lost blenders in hand, so he may just try to yeet those guys away early just to max out his lost march potential. We see lost blender, hop hip and skip loom. Oh, did you forget to draw the card? Gonna go check on that right fast. BRB, guys. All right, and we got that fixed. So, John going to 5 prizes, taking the knockout on Heracross with jump bluff. So we do have a jump bluff versus Butterfree situation now. And Guzma coming down. We hit the Natu, and Benny's going to send out the Metapod. And a pass. Little did he know, John has the DCE in hand to attach to Natu, and our boy John cooking with gas. Oop. And jump bluff. Ooh, we just had a trade there really quick. Let me catch up. So we had Natu take a knockout on Metapod, then Heracross come in and take a knockout on Natu, and now we are back to Butterfree versus jump bluff. Didn't even have time to make a response there as the producer. So we whiff on the Metapod, find the Butterfree. There we go. Back up top. John cooking with some gas here. John at 3 prizes now. And a shrine. Coming down to play the hand down. Lily for 4. Another Heracross hitting the bench. And we've got a triple charge. Two energy, going to the Heracross, getting that ready for next turn. And an energy going to Metapod. And we just go ahead and knock out the Butterfree. John said we take those. So John to 2 prizes, Benny at 4. Goes ahead and just evolves up the Butterfree, has the Heracross ready to go, and Cynthia's for a fresh hand to 6. So granted that John can hit some energy, shouldn't have much trouble going forward in the game if he can keep his energy on deck. Has a nest ball, gonna search out another Heracross. So try to have a cleanup batter ready to go. Just played down the Shrine. Thinking may not want to put down the Verzian. But just going to go ahead and take a knockout on the Jump Bluff. Go down to 3 prizes. Try to keep it close. And he's got it. Energy. Ultra Balling a Great Ball. And a net ball. See, he's got the DCE in hand, so has the Trumbeak, trying to mill a supporter to the lost zone. Benny checking the lost zone numbers. Oh, he's gonna just lost blender the Trumbeak and the Jump Bluff. So not trying to mill a supporter, just trying to max out our damage, just in case Benny has something up his sleeve. A big boy to come out swinging later on. John Boy going down to 1 prize. Benny with the counter energy. Can take a knockout on the Jump Bluff. Go down to 2 prizes himself. Getting Erica's for 3. Goes ahead and plays the Verizian. Why not? Takes a knockout on the Jump Bluff. And believe John can play the Natu and take the knockout. So, yeah, Benny go ahead and scooping. Going to game 3. Once again, exciting stuff. Never know what you're going to see at these local tournaments. It's why our in Pokemon our communities are so important. It's easy, or it's fun to watch large-scale tournaments with names we all know, but when we get back to our local communities, that's where we see a lot of creativity and just a lot of fun being had. But going to game 3, good game there for John. See if I can find my icons. Get that little game 2. Going to John. So setting up for game 3. Always exciting stuff happening at the Brownwood Pokemon League tournament at CDC Games. Saturday night Pokemon. Always fun. John setting his 6 prizes out. Playing against Old Benny, the Southpaw, left-handed. And we're going a Hop-Hip versus Verizian start. Get your cards updated and we'll get into it. Hop-Hip versus Verizon Wireless GX. If you do notice, Benny is using the regular art. I do tend to go with the full arts where I can whenever we're putting them up on screen. Just feel like they're the easiest to read. See a Judge Whistle coming down. Possibly an Ultra Ball coming from Benny this turn. Ultra Ball in the Lele, and I believe a Shrine of Punishment. Goes for the hair cross with that ultra ball. Choice band going to the hair cross. We're flipping for the Caterpie. Busted card going for the Metapod. Gonna flip for the Metapod. Busted card going for the Butterfree. We've got another turn 1 Butterfree up in here, ladies and gentlemen. Just the sickest turn 1 for old Benny. Still haven't played a supporter. And we've got a pass. Would have been sick there for old Benny to pull off the turn 1 empty-hand Lily for 8. Always a sweet flex move, but not able to get it done. Looking at the top 7 for a Pokemon with Great Ball, playing the Great Ball on the team Great Ball mat. We see him just going for the Skiploom. And we see a net ball going for another hop hip. Benny getting excited. The deck seems to be working to Benny's favor. Has the turn 1 Butterfree. Has a Heracross on the bench ready to go. Has a Virizion ready to tear things up with Sensitive Blade. Benny in a pretty good position here. So Professor Elm going to get the Skiplooms and a Natu. And a Lily for 6. So I guess Benny had played a supporter last turn. That's why he wasn't able to Lily for the full 8. But we are going to see a Sensitive Blade here. We're going to knock out that Hop It. I'm going to flip for the Caterpie, I imagine, here in a moment. Flipping for the Caterpie. And a whiff. So, no double Butterfree this turn, but and we've got a Sensitive Blade on the Hop Hip for knockout. And Benny hits first blood. So we see Trumbeak mill off a Guzma. And we've got a Floral Path to the Sky. Jumpluff coming down, hitting the board. 3 Marchers to the discard pile early for John. Not as early as he would have liked, but trying to get things going here. Hard to do when he doesn't have any more evolvable Hop Hips on the board. DCE going to the Natu. And we've just got a Lily for 2. Hard deal for John not having the responses in his hand, but swings 460 into the Virizion. Rescue Stretcher going for the Lele. Lele to grab a supporter. Going for the Lily. whiffs on evolving the Caterpie. Plays the Lily for 1. And we've got a Sensitive Blade knockout on the Natu. So rough goings for our John Boy. Doesn't have it. And that's the L for John Boy. So Benny takes game 3. And once again, never know what you're going to see here at Pokemon Night at CDC Games, but we've got a win for Benny in round 2. We'll see you guys next round. Last round of the night will be round 3, so we'll have that served up for you here pretty soon. But until then, just stare at this cute graphic that Danny made us, and we'll catch y'all in a few minutes. What's up, guys? Getting ready for round 3. It's going to be our last round. We've got Benny on stream again. We're actually going to stream the first place match. So we've got Benny coming back with Buttercross. Meme Deck won against Lost March just now. He's playing for first place against Cecilio, CC Shavaria. He's playing Reshizard, and it's the first place match tonight. So we're going to go ahead and stream that for you guys. And we'll get that going here soon. But a little bit more setup, and we'll be right back just after a few quick moments. But we'll see y'all soon. All right, we are off to the races. So let me fix the cards here. Got a lot of things to fix. Good gracious, let me we'll fix that up real quick and then get the right cards out. So Benny starts with a Heracross. Powerful Friends attack gets powered up by Butterfree. We see a Judge Whistle, draw a card, and pass. And 1 damage counter from Shrine of Punishment going on to the Reshizard. That I'll get up on screen for you right now. So, slow start for Benny. No turn 1 Butterfree, and with weakness against this Reshizard deck, this may this may go pretty quick. So we've got a Guzma coming up, making Jirachi the active. Can't play the Guzma since Benny does not have a bench. Good catch by the guys there. Cannot play Guzma if you cannot switch your opponent's Pokemon. So Microwave said, nice set. Probably talking about last game. I enjoyed that too. It was a nice, even match. Didn't drag out over forever. And I think it was just a fun matchup to see for sure. So thanks for the compliment, Wade. We take those. So you get to hear all my wonderful key clicks. Now, Benny plays a Guzma, goes ahead and swings for the 30 on Jirachi. We're going to go ahead and Stellar Wish. We did see the switch come up, so CC may decide to go for the switch, which he does. That is a 1999 Shadowless switch. Fun stuff. CC just flexing out here. And outrages to knock out the Heracross. Quick game 1. Goes to Cecilio. Going to game 2. we sure take those. But yeah, with weakness and with Reshizard just being a powerful deck anyway, you never know. Reshizard just has a lot of tempo. So that was a hard one on Benny from the outset. Hard to make a meme work if you're trying to swing against weakness. But that being said, we are going to game 2. May not be as good of a set this round, Wade, but it is first place, so we're just trying to put our 2 best players of the night up against each other. And it may just be an unfortunate matchup for Benny with that weakness, but always fun just to showcase some different decks. We all know what the meta is and what the top tier decks are. So it's fun to see just different things sometimes. We know that Lost March doesn't see a lot of play. I looked away and that one was over. You're right, Wade. Yeah, it's weakness and Reshizard do not mix well. So we do see the Butterfree or the Metapod come out off the flip for Benny. But as I was saying, it's just you don't see a lot of Lost March. You don't see a lot of meme decks. We do see the turn 1 Butterfree coming down for Benny. Exciting times here at locals for sure. But we had a lot of fun stuff tonight. We had some stall decks being played. We've got a guy playing Gardevoir Sylveon. We have a guy playing Whimsicott. We've got a girl who plays Zoro Ninja. So just a lot of variety. That's always the fun thing about locals. So we do see the Heracross come down, as well as another Caterpie. So double nest ball there. Gonna flip the Caterpie. And busted card, we are going up to Metapod. The dream for the double Butterfree is still alive. So he's gonna search out the Metapod, then we're gonna emerge. So flip, let's get another Butterfree going. Busted card, busted deck. Double Butterfrees, turn 1. So good going for Benny. That's a fun one. We take those. Quick game 1. So we're excited for the double Butterfrees for sure. Maybe a quick set. So any excitement that we can find, we take those. So fun stuff. Double Butterfree for Benny, and then a Lily for a pretty huge hand. Another Shrine of Punishment coming down. Another Nest Ball. What are we doing? We go for another Heracross. I thought he was gonna test it and go for the 4th Butterfree, but he's not going for that this time. Trying to get some backup attackers set up just in case this Butterfree doesn't last long. And we've got a pass. So Shrine doing a damage to Reshizard, and we've got CC turn 1 Lele. Probably going for the Kiawe here just to get after it turn 1, to be honest. Oh, he goes for the Welder. So he does get a little bit of extra damage output with that Outrage attack, just from the Shrine damage counters coming out between turns. So we will see. Let me check my my card catalog and get a better read on Reshizard there, so I know exactly how much damage is coming out. QR. So we've got 40. Oh goodness! So we do see the Kiawe come out. He's got the Welder next turn. So got to make things happen quick for old Benny here. We've got another Caterpie coming down. Let's do it. 3 Butterfree. 3 Butterfree. Can we do it? Cynthia. Oh, he's got the Metapod in his hand. So he's going to shuffle the Metapod back into the deck. Hope he doesn't draw it. Oh, forgot to put a shrine damage counter on the Lele as well. So that Reshizard is certainly imposing. So we're going to flip. Ooh. A Tails on the Caterpie. We're going to Ultra Ball a couple of Ultra Balls. Got one more bench space there. Goes for a Heracross. Just hedging his bets. And we're going to triple charge. And then this is the part where I realize I've had the wrong card up there this whole time. Oh, we are joined in the studio by Danny Shavaria. She is the co-owner with CC of CDC Games. So, Cecilia. Oh,
You
okay.
call me Cecilia?
No, I said Cecilia.
I was gonna be upset.
Fun stuff. Cecilio and his wife Danny are the owners of CDC Games. Awesome people to work with. Have done a great job at helping us cultivate this Pokemon community. It's been a really great thing. But I did have Heracross out there, and Butterfree was active. So I'm gonna fix that for you. Bam. We got it. And Reshizard takes a prize. Cecilio taking first blood. And he just welders a couple of energy onto that Lele, saving it for later. Gonna need that to bat some cleanup should this Reshizard get knocked out. We got a Cynthia coming down from Benny. He hits the choice band, but we're going to Judge Whistle first. We'll see if he... we're going to flip for Metapod. We do get another Butterfree out. And now it is Heracross, and I've forgotten to change the card again. There we go. I'm paying attention. So we do see the choice band come down, and we're going to get a Powerful Friends for 150 plus some Shrine damage. So got 200 damage on this Reshizard right now. Gonna poke into it. Definitely trying to make that guy vulnerable, because we need to swing into it for sure. And Reshizard, I believe, is left at 70 HP this turn. So Benny in a slightly more favorable position, just to take a knockout on this Reshizard, then be able to clean up on that Lele later on if he can. We've got a Fiery Flint coming down. Has to discard 2 cards. We're going to discard a Welder and a Fire Crystal. So we're going to search for 4 energy, put them into his hand. 2, 3, and a 4th. Lots of energy on the board right now for Cecilio. Just doing what he can to flood the board. Oh, he's just gonna stack them up. Welder, gonna draw 3 cards. plays down the Turtonator, plays down the Evilax, and manual attachment to Snorlax. And we're going to see a double blaze for 600. Benny taking a look at the card, reading to make sure he understands all the effects, but we will see a fully powered double blaze for 600. Gonna knock out that Heracross for sure. Overkill. Overkill on the Heracross, swinging 600 with weakness. Big knockout to take one prize. They're discussing something, and so I believe he's just gonna Flare Strike or Outrage. Either way, it's a knockout, and we've got Shrine counters coming down. Charizard, Reshiram Charizard GX left at 60 health, so we just need a attachment and Powerful Friends to take a knockout on this Reshizard. And then CC. Cecilio going down to 4 prizes now, evening himself out on the prize trade. It's hard to do that with these 1 prize opponents, but Benny checking his options. Should probably save. Yep. Attach the Choice Band to the benched Heracross so that it can clean up that Lele or the Snorlax later on. We see a Lele coming down. Searching out an Erica. Going to be able to draw 4 off of that, and then keep some pieces in his hand if he needs them. He does have that Guzma and the counter energy in hand, so he'll wind up with the same number of cards in hand and be able to take some important knockouts later on in the game. Does bench the Virizion GX. And we take a knockout on the Reshizard with Powerful Friends. Gonna swing for 120. And Benny gets ahead on prizes. Takes 3 from the Reshiram Charizard knockout. Just like that, the meme god goes from 6 prizes to 3. Heracross, Butterfree, or Buttercross, as it will be coined. Taking names here in the finals for sure. Energy Recycler. Gonna cycle 5 of those Fire Energy back into the deck. Getting a nice view of Cecilio's sweet Nightwing shirt. And then if you noticed the Alolan Marowak on his hat, Cecilio, a style icon for the patrons of CDC games. So we've got a Turtonator GX come down, a skateboard going on the Turtonator GX. Let's switch this card out for Tapu Lele GX. And we've got Danny coming down the hallway. And she's back.
Hi.
We got Danny back in, shaking the table. But
Sorry.
a very close game between Cecilio and Benny.
Oh, what do you do?
Well, he's switching into the Snorlax. Ooh, Max Potions. The Tapu Lele, Fire Crystal. Ooh. This is mighty interesting. Okay, so he's now in EV Snorlax. So I may not even have that in my. Oh, I do. I do have EV Snorlax. Ha! So, we're going for the cheer up, I think. And so, it's past turn to Benny. He's gonna Judge Whistle to draw a card.
Okay.
He's got Guzma in hand. Guzma, he's switching out the Heracross, bringing in the Lele, and if he has energy in hand, can take a knockout, which he does.
Oh, snap. Junior's in trouble.
Junior is in trouble, Danny. Once again, we've got bias in the booth.
I
Danny,
mean, it's not like I'm rooting for him. It's quite the opposite, actually.
Danny
Love you, Junior.
knows. Cece's a turd, and Danny is the most knowledgeable person about that for sure.
I
But
keep him honest.
yeah.
No, not
So
really.
Benny able to go down to one prize, a well-timed Guzma against that Turtonator sitting on the bench would be a good acquisition right there. And he's got it. Guzma's up the Turtonator, and Benny, surprisingly enough, takes game 2. Hard-fought game by old Benson. Hanging on to take this to a third game.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
Okay.
I am also very surprised. Reshizard is a very powerful deck,
I
and
thought this was supposed to be quick.
I also thought it was supposed to be quick, but Benny the meme god making us believe every day. So Benny takes game 2, and we got a game 3 on our hands in the first place match for the Saturday Night League tournament at CDC Games. But Rushes are just a very quick deck, very strong, and he's hitting weakness against all of Benny's guys. So it's a hard to imagine that Benny was able to make Buttercross squeak out that game. But very impressed with resident meme god Benny Salazar. Just always able to make something silly. But they're getting ready for game 3, and we're just chilling. CDC Games, they keep the good stuff in the back. We're the good stuff, but because we're kept in the back. But but we're just chilling. We're getting ready for game 3. Last match of the night. Always fun. Always a fun time here at CDC for Pokemon League. It's a fun deal. They're see them passing decks, and they're drawing cards, so it looks like they're just about ready to go. And we've got each one has a basic. I saw Benny, so I'm going to try to get that thrown up on the screen before I have time to forget about it. He's got the Verizon Wireless GX, and Cecilio's starting with the Tapu Lele.
I tried to take that from him. He wouldn't let me.
It's a pretty sweet card. Not nearly as valuable as it once was, but still just as useful as it ever was. Goes ahead and puts a Turtonator on the bench, attaches DCE, and passes. So we've got Benny playing now. We've got a Cynthia coming down, going to shuffle the hand into the deck, draw 6. Cecilio reading up on Verizon GX, or Verizon Wireless GX.
Don't
But,
ever make him pronounce it. I love him, but like pronunciation's not his strong suit.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who had to learn English.
Always fun to get into a little peek into the lives of our fearless leaders here here at CDC Games. But
Keeping it real, guys.
keeping it real for sure. Fresh hand of 6 coming out for Benny. Off that Cynthia. See if we can get a Butterfree going out here. Nest Ball going for the Caterpie. Then he's going to flip the Caterpie for Metapod. Then he's going to flip the Metapod for Butterfree. And the dream for the turn 1 Butterfree is alive.
Cool.
That is Caterpie. He placed it right in the glare. So it's just a white square, but that is a Caterpie for sure. It is just a white square to you, but I saw it before it hit the glare. So we've got a Judge Whistle coming down. He's going to draw a card if he plays it. Judge Whistle, draw 1. Nest Ball going to go for probably a Heracross or another Caterpie. Going to hedge his bets here.
Another white square.
Another white square coming up. Okay, it is a white square, but that also was a Caterpie.
I can
Before
double check if y'all need.
I do have faith. I see in the shadow that it is one small boy. Yes, that is a Caterpie for sure. So Ultra Ball, a Choice Band, and another Ultra Ball. Now I imagine this gets the Heracross. Or
I'm sorry, guys, but Junior's got sexy hands. And he hides them.
yeah. Once again, a glimpse into the life of Danny and Cece. Cece, I mentioned that with his Alolan Marowak hat and his Nightwing shirt, that Cece is a style icon for those of us at CDC Games. So
He's something to aspire to.
exactly, and we can add a hand model to his resume. But let's see,
fella.
Ultra Ball going in. Didn't see what he got. I imagine it was a Heracross. I can't see him. It is a third Caterpie. So we have 3 chances at the turn 1 Butterfree. We whiff 1 Caterpie. We whiff a second Caterpie. Can we make it 3? No Caterpies will be evolving this turn. What a... and we're just going to double draw. We're going to draw a couple of cards. Did not see a single Caterpie evolve that turn.
Win some, you lose some.
Yeah, we win some, we lose some. That's for sure. But and then swinging for 80 on Virizion, and then we flip for Metapod, and that we get it there. So we do have a Butterfree coming down this turn, but maybe too little, too late. We definitely needed. We whiff on a Caterpie, and we whiff on a Caterpie. So we've got 1 Butterfree, but not looking good for old Benson here. Really wanted to hit those Butterfrees and start setting up his Heracross, but we'll see if he can make that happen. We've got Tapu Lele doing a lot of heavy lifting for CC right now. Lily for 5, and we've got another... We've got an energy in hand. Judge Whistle, there's the Heracross. He's got counter energy in hand. So he could go for the Sensitive Blade here and then clean up with Heracross next turn.
See how much he fidgets? Junior fidgets so much.
He is a fidgeter. We've got Benny with his far less sexy hands, also nervous on the other side. Lot on the line this evening as these guys are playing for first place. So we're gonna see a Sensitive Blade. I believe he's gonna swing for 130. Yes, Virizion will swing for 130 with Sensitive Blade, and with the 5 energy between them, CC will be able to take a return knockout with Energy Drive this turn. Weighing his options for sure. I see he's got the Nest Ball in hand. Gonna go and play that. Probably gonna go get a Reshizard and possibly start trying to load some energy up onto it so it can just make short work of these grass boys residing on Benny's bench.
You know, I think this is the most I've actually watched Junior play. Not that he doesn't ask me to, I'm just like, I don't really care.
Yeah. Well, and Danny has a lot of responsibility as the brains of the operation to keep the shop running while Cece gets to play games. So
I really appreciate that hype up.
we're all about hyping up. We know where the credit goes for sure. Here at Logan from Work knows how to dole out the praise for sure. But so I do believe we're gonna see a knockout here from Cecilio. Get that on deck, ready to go. We'll see an energy drive for a knockout once CC decides what he's going to do with this Reshizard he's just put on the bench. Oh, and he forgot a Shrine counter. Manual attached to the Reshizard, and we knock out Verizian. So, Cecilio going down to 4 prizes. Benny has now unlocked the powers of counter energy. Trying to decide who he's going to promote. I disagree. I disagree. You had the return knockout for sure, but we're gonna try to evolve some of these boys. We got another Butterfree coming down. Here's another Butterfree for old Benson. We're gonna try to evolve that Caterpie that's been trying to evolve. Nope, that's gonna be a Caterpie forever. Bad luck for old Benson with that Caterpie just chilling lonely there on the bench.
So many comments, but I feel like they're inappropriate. They're all about Caterpie.
Yep, Microwade just sent an emote of Charizard eating the money. That's right, Wade. Charizard is an expensive deck right now, so any sort of depiction of him eating the money is accurate, to say the least. And so I believe sensitive or powerful friends isn't enough to knock out the Turtonator that Benny just Guzma'd up, but it does slow down Benny a little bit as he doesn't have energy to retreat or attack or do anything with that Turtonator. But do I have Turtonator? I don't. So you're gonna hear lots of clicks and keyboard
Clickety
sounds as I search for No, I can type Turtonator GX, and
We'll
we're gonna
get there,
track
guys.
that down.
Not gonna lie, for a second I forgot we were live.
Yep. We are live. We are out here live. Turt GX.
Hi guys. We keep
Yep.
the shop open thanks to y'all.
Yep. It's all for you.
Everything.
Everything is for you. Much love. So let's see what Turt does. Turt GX, and Benny is now rolling with a Butterfree. Oh, he went down to 4 prizes, knocking out that Lele, so let me get caught up on that. I am a good producer. I'm a good producer. I'm a good producer. Just have to keep telling myself that. But, and we finally get to evolve that Caterpie. We're going to try to...
Just need a time.
Yeah, and it's a Butterfree. Wow. Very quick to blossom into a beautiful Butterfree. And it is not in the deck, so that Butterfree, that Metapod can't become Butterfree. It's almost poetic disappointment how that's not happening. But we do have Ultra Ball, the Shrine, and the Cynthia. Get another Heracross. Oh boy. And we've got a Cynthia.
Oh man, I should probably get to work. Oops. I will be back, guys. Don't miss me too much.
Yeah, Danny's out to actually run the place and we're gonna watch her husband and co-owner continue to play. It's a fun dynamic here at CDC Games. A lot of fun, but Benny hitting the nest ball, just trying to thin the deck out. Goes for that last Heracross. So we've got 2 Butterfree, a Metapod, and 3 Heracross on Benny's bench. We've got a triple charge coming from Butterfree, 3 energy coming onto the field. And some guys ready to bat cleanup here for Benny. See if he can actually take the game here. So Cecilio, weighing his options, knows he is going to have to take 4 knockouts to win the game, and Benny now only has to take 2. Once again, big shout out to both Cece and Danny. They've done a great job here at CDC Games, and it's just it's a pleasure to work, quote unquote, work for them as the Pokemon professor for the league. It's a lot of fun. We've got a great group, and Danny and Cece definitely do a lot to accommodate for us. Benny in a good position, only having to take 2 more knockouts to win the game. Gets into the choice band. We're going to try to evolve into Butterfree. There it goes. Final Butterfree coming out for Benny. Choice band going on the Heracross. And she's back. And we've got 150 coming down from the Heracross, and then extra damage from the Shrine of Punishment coming out across Charizard and Turtonator there on the bench. So let's see where we're at. Cecilio draws for turn. Making some room on the bench. Probably gonna drop another Pokemon here. See what he's got going. We've got a Fiery Flint. Discarding 2 Fire Energy to search for 4 Fire Energy. So good trade-off for old Cecilio there.
I know it's real loud.
We've got the freight train coming through the
Choo choo.
coming through
Chugga chugga chugga.
coming through the stream tonight, but so we've got energy coming out.
Well, looks like everyone's even.
Oh,
No, it's Belle and Harold and Mia dropped and Wes dropped.
all right. Well, this is the last round, so it's not really a drop when it's the last round. Welcome, Bill.
Hi. Would you like to be on the stream? I don't know.
We're commentating Benny and Cecilio's game.
By the way, guys, we're totally paying attention right now.
Yeah.
We're not distracted one bit.
We're on it. We did get an attachment to Turtonator and a knockout on Benny's Heracross. Benny goes down, or Cecilio goes down to 2 prizes.
It's just really heavy.
Oh man.
No, that's how I was.
But a rescue stretcher coming out for the Heracross.
Are you gonna scrap a bit?
Has the counter energy in hand, but plays the Lily for 2 and 3. So he's got Choice Band in hand as well. I imagine he'll attach 1 to the active and then keep 1 on the bench. Has another Heracross come down, so we've got Heracross is enough, and Benny goes down to 1 fries. The dream is alive for our friend Benny, coming in and taking out Reshizard with a meme deck. We've got another Reshizard hitting the bench. And Benny just preparing to clean up next turn with Heracross. Let me get that on the screen for you there. Ooh, I believe I see Guzma in Benny's hand to take the game. And so Cecilio retreats into the Reshizard to try to stall, knowing that Benny can't one-shot that Reshizard right now. We've got an energy recycler, putting 5 energy back into the deck. And we Kiawe and Guzma. Benny has done it. Wow. What an event. Benny has taken out Reshizard with Buttercross and has won tonight's tournament. What a fun time. Lots of emotions in that last game. Incredible job by Benny just to play that game and keep ahead of track, just to know what he has to do to take those knockouts. Shrine carried a lot, but he just knew exactly where he wanted to be and what he needed to do to take those knockouts. So, sweet game by Benny. We're going to wait for the last of these matches to pan out, and then we're going to give out some prizes for first through fourth, I believe. And so we'll see if we can't get that streamed for you as well. But we'll get that going, and we'll be back with you guys soon. But sit tight. All right. If you guys can try not to get motion sickness here, we're going to go from the back room here at CDC Games. Keep the good stuff in the back. And we're actually going to go out into the tournament area and just check out the rest of the games, talk with some players, and just check out the good times being had by all. Say hello to Bill. Hi, Bill! Oh, man.
That's Wes right there.
And then there's Wes. And then there's Dan again. And we'll flip it around. Oh, my goodness, we are upside down. Oh, my goodness, this is embarrassing. Oh, my goodness. We're right side up now. All is good. But there's Conrad, John Boy, Danny, and then there's Cecilio. We're gonna.
Don't go behind the fence.
Hey, Cecilio, how are you feeling, man?
I'm sad.
What a weird matchup, right?
Dude, I had like Tapu Lele start.
It's
And like all energy in hand, I was like, okay. And then get wrecked.
pretty rough. Got wrecked for sure. But we're gonna go check out the rest of the games that we got going on. Try not to distract.
Let's get that tie.
All right, we've got a game of 3 ready to start here with Joseph and Justin. Joseph, what are you playing tonight? Pico Rom. We had that on stream with Sarah, round 1. Sarah's out here playing Blounds. We got Mark out here also playing Pico Rom. And Justin, what are you playing tonight, my guy?
Baby Charizard.
Baby Zard. Charizard team up. So, like I said, lots of fun decks being played out here tonight. Conrad. Ooh. We got our boy Jess. Chris, what'd you play tonight? Reshizard. Out here. And there's our boy Brendan over there. Brendan, what'd you play tonight?
I played Dialga Magnezone.
Dialga Magnezone. So he had a cool steel box deck. That was pretty fun. We've got less than 5 minutes left on the game clock up there. And we've got a champ. There's our champ, Benny Salazar. Doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he doesn't play meta. He just makes memes.
He's our resident
Pure
meme
garbage
lord.
beat Wall Smarts.
But we did have Connor out here playing pure garbage tonight.
Yeah, Garboder Alolan Muck.
Garboder, Alolan Muck, mailing the items to the discard. Then Garboder swinging out for it.
And then that, what was
Power of Alchemy Muck.
no, the,
Substructed?
no, the attachment.
Oh, Spell Tag. Yeah,
Spell
so I can
tag. Oh, yeah.
not use.
Takes
So whenever I killed him, he'd kill me, and it was like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely took some sweet knockouts. Oh, what are we, there we go. Oh, let's flip that. There we go. Now we can read everything. Yeah, so lots of fun being had tonight for sure. Lots of fun at CDC Games. It's a fun place, sweet atmosphere. We've got some nice calming gray walls. And we've got our leaderboard over here. We had Randy win our tournament a few weeks ago. We didn't update it after that.
Nope, I think I was the last one that updated it.
But we've got our wall of shame over here. Hexmaniac band, Puzzle Time band, Delinquent band. But we have our Lord and Savior Dedenne right there.
Gonna say, that's the wall of the day.
We've got our standard list, our band list. Again, just
Talk to the champ about what
a
inspired
fun.
his amazing deck.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go talk to old Benson. We're gonna tap his genius.
What?
We're gonna tap your genius, Benny. How do you feel about taking first tonight?
I feel like I shouldn't have won against Reshizard.
We all feel that way. Trust us.
Yeah.
But you did, so
Never said trust anyone.
better for you is better confirmed.
The games were really close. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm glad I clutched it out. Jank.
Good stuff.
Coin flips, you know.
Yeah, those coin flips. We thought that Caterpie would never evolve.
One of
But
the turns, it took like 3 turns to evolve one of those Caterpies.
Yeah, it was,
But once I got that coin flip, I got both of them. So.
but we got it. Yeah,
It
good,
was
good game. Fun to watch. Look forward to what you cook up for us in weeks to come. But
something new every week.
something new. Fun stuff. Flip you around. And lots of fun had tonight. Lots of fun waiting for these last couple matches to finish up. Hanging out. Just see. The memes write themselves. The memes happen. But, lots of fun. Lots of fun. We enjoy our local community here for sure, and appreciate Danny and Cece doing what they do for us to keep our tournaments going. Always have product for us. It's a fun atmosphere for sure. So while we wait for these last couple games to finish up, we'll come back to you for prizes and stuff like that. But sit tight and we'll be back soon. What's up, guys? You can put up with the motion sickness for a couple more minutes. We're going to go live to the prize ceremonies, read off the standings, and hand out some packs. So, Pokey Pals and Pokey Gals, if you would gather around. And we'll flip. All right.
Show the desk. Look. Actually, is that going? Yeah. You should show this.
No. Here. We'll put it right here. All right. Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill, do you want to come do some camera work for your boy? My man.
No, someone else has to do the camera work. No, I said somebody else asked me to do the camera work. Because I'm not going to do it for him.
My man.
Thank you, Bill. You are very much appreciated.
Yeah, Bill.
Actually, we should take a look behind the desk.
All right.
I do my best.
All right, prize support. Who wants back?
Apparently.
I'm going to show you just how to
I know.
Logan. I'm pretty sure that's all. We play Pokemon.
Yeah, man.
Y'all guys still got the frying pan?
We do.
Little frying pan.
All right, Poke Pals and Poke Gals, gather around. We're going to get some prizes.
All I got to do is go down a couple
I know.
inches.
Had a win and 2 ties.
Okay. In the 13th, 12th, and 11th, we had Wes, Harold, and Mia.
Woo!
Wes already leave?
And they already left.
Yeah, Wes left.
They already got their stuff, I think.
Yep.
And so in 10th place, we had our boy John.
Woo!
He won like 3 weeks ago,
Jonathan,
and he did last
Jonathan.
night. So you get a frying pan, boop, and you get a pack. What do you want, my guy?
Let's get some team up, I guess.
Team up. We got a pack of team up for John. In 9th place, we got our boy Brenson Montgomery.
Yeah, Brendan.
You get a metal frying pan, and you get a pack. What do you want?
Double bond.
Unbroken bonds.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
In 8th place, we got Marcos.
Marco!
Oh boy, Marcos.
Where's he
Yeah.
at?
He's over there playing Smash.
Hey,
Come on now,
it's
Marcus.
prize time.
We can play Smash in my house. Come on.
Come
Smash
on
is-
down.
Smash is over. Smash is canceled. Yeah.
A la una. A las dos.
Marcos,
A las...
Marcos, get up here, boy.
She's about to start cussing. That's why she had to stop.
Well, I was just counting, really. That's what my mom used to do. She'd be like, 1.
She would never get to 3. Or sport sometimes.
I wasn't the best kid. Was it?
Or sport.
And Marcos gets his prizes in magic packs. What a turd. In 7th, we got Justin Unger. Get yourself a frying pan
Purple fry.
and a purple frying pan.
Oh my god. Unbroken bonds.
Oh, no. Here, you go.
You're good.
I was kidding.
She scaled it.
In 6th place, welcome back from the dead, Joseph Velez.
6th.
Come it.
Hey, it's the middle of the road, guy.
Yeah, you're right.
You haven't played in weeks.
What pack would you like?
Unbroken bonds.
Unbroken.
Oh, I get all of these?
Nah, dude. Hey, man. I'll come over the desk.
You should be a comedian.
Wait. The one question be, can you go?
I was about to say, it'll take a while. I'll do it. In 5th place, we got Conrad.
I'll take Dominarian.
Also getting Magic Packs as his Pokemon prize.
And viewers, if you
Oh,
look at the bottom corner of the screen, you see part of the messy desk back here.
Oh my God. Don't tell Daddy. In 4th place, we're skipping. In 4th place, getting 2 packs, we got Chris Lowry.
I might have caught a little bit at a corner in the corner.
Unbroken bonds.
How many? 2? Okay. I'm
I-
not paying attention.
Danny,
What's that?
I by no means did this.
Aw, dude.
Oh, no.
No. No, you hurt me. You hurt me real bad.
Bill's out here causing mischief. In 3rd place, we've got the house. CC.
And we're good.
And in 2nd place, We've got Pokemon coming in. Sarah Marlowe.
Bro, same pack.
How many two?
Hey man, that's a good deck.
Bro, I'm about to. Oh yeah.
Yes, 2 packs.
Right now, bro.
Those are the better ones.
I'm about to beat you.
And in first place, winning with the meme,
No, bro.
I tried real hard.
we've got the meme god. 4 packs. Yeah.
I just want to put it out there. You made my man cry.
It's 4.
Four, sorry.
Uno más.
Uno más.
This one's backwards, so it's a good one.
They're all
right.
they're all green cards.
Oh man,
They're all like
the
this
cursed packs. Oh no.
That's what he said. He's like, you gonna bless your pack?
All
Yeah.
right.
Green cards.
All right.
And our marvelous hosts.
Ooh, I'll take that. We take those. We take the compliments where we can get them.
There's that one.
Heck yeah. All right. Oh, now let's do. There we go. All right. Successful tournament tonight. Fun time was had by all. We appreciate. We've got Connor flexing in the background. We appreciate everyone who came through, hung out, whether you watched the whole thing, whether you just caught a little bit of it. We certainly appreciate you guys hanging out with us. That'll be it for me this week. I'll try to get on and play some TCGO or something like that this week, just to get back to it. I know I've been gone for a long time, but we're going to try to get back at it as the summer picks up. So let me... Anyway, I'm not good at this part, but that'll be it for us. Thank you for coming through. I am Logan from work. Be cool to yourselves, and we'll see you next time.